This Saturday night, May 14th in York, South Carolina, Patriotic Wrestling Federation debuts at York Comprehensive High School with a night of family-friendly pro wrestling action that will benefit the York Cougar football team. Come out and meet the legends and see all your favorite PWF superstars in action. Appearing will be WWE Hall of Famer and hardcore legend Mick Foley. Don't miss your opportunity to meet all three faces of Foley and get your autograph. And himself. Come see the greatest tag team in wrestling today. All Elite Wrestling superstars 6-star FTR, as they will be managed by Mick Foley and facing Master and Machine in the main event. Also appearing WWE Hall of Famer and the voice of WWE Monday Night Raw, Jerry the King Lawler. Come meet the King and see him in tag team action later that night. Also see Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, as he will be a part of the meet and greet. The legendary Boogie Woogie Man JImmy Valiant will be in York, and it will also be in 6-man tag team action with the Soul Patrol. Get your discounted tickets and meet and greet tickets at PWFLive.com. See if head football coach Dean Boyd and his coaches can defeat AJ Frost and his men. Also see PWF Heavyweight Champion Mike Mahan with his manager JP Lehman will attempt to defend the championship against Impact Superstar Suicide. PWF Tag Team Champions All Worm No Soul versus Myrick Moore and Derek Driver. Impact Superstar John Schuyler versus Jake Jacobs. See who will be crowned the inaugural PWF Patriotic Champion as Crucifix faces Stuart Snodgrass. Don Furio versus Chase Emery. Get your discounted tickets now at PWFLive.com. Do not miss this amazing night of family-friendly pro wrestling in York, South Carolina.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the studios in the wrestling capital of the South, it's another terrific episode of The BENGEBUSTER Show. Please welcome your host, Tony Binge.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of The BENGEBUSTER Show. Coming to you this week again from the studios in the wrestling capital of the South. And you talk about wrestling capital of the South. It is definitely going to be down south this weekend. We're going to be talking about that, as you heard there at the top of the program. The PWF has got their huge event coming up this Saturday in York, South Carolina. And before I get started on that, I want to bring on my co-host. I'm talking about Mr. Rock and Roll Chris, Playboy Plano. Chris, what is going on?
Woo, Tony, good to be back on the show again this week, and we're getting ready to rock and roll tonight, man. Things are heating up in the professional wrestling business, both on the national scene and independent scene, and boy, I'm so excited, Tony. Summer's right around the corner, and the summer concert season is heating up as well.
Man, I'll tell you what, and Chris, what do you think about that new intro music I got for you?
Man, I love the intro music, Tony. We're into a new season, new look, and always good for some good tunes as well, even if it's just background music.
Yeah, man, it was good stuff, good stuff. Well, the big story this week, this Saturday night, May the 14th, York, South Carolina is going to be on fire. And fans, I have got a treat for you. As just a couple days ago, I was on the phone with the voice of our childhood. I'm talking about Jerry the King Lawler, and right now I want to play what he had to say about this coming, about the big show, the big PWF show coming up this Saturday, May 14th in York, South Carolina.
Hi, everybody. It's me, WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, reminding you that this Saturday, that's right, this Saturday at York High School in York, South Carolina, what an event is going to take place. The King himself is going to be there in person along with Mick Foley. Can you believe it? Mick Foley. And, wow, the Boogie Woogie Man is going to be there. And also just added, Scott Steiner. This is going to be awesome. That's this Saturday. A lot of great wrestling action. York High School and York, South Carolina. Come see the King.
Man, I'll tell you what, the King is ready to make his debut there in York, South Carolina. Chris, it is going to be a show for the ages, as Jerry the King Lawler is teaming up with the B&B, one half of the Moonshine Express, to take on a couple of our old friends, the Golden Gladiator #2 and Mr. #1 George South. What an event that's going to be.
Man, it is going to be on fire, man. The Kingfish is coming to town. Jerry the King Lawler, man. The WWE And now, I mean, he's just on Raw this past week. I mean, what are you going to do? He's going to be right in York, South Carolina. Mr. Number One, George Sal, Tony. The card is loaded from top to bottom. And, you know, Jerry Lawler doesn't come to this area that often. So if you're a wrestling fan, you want to get a picture, you want to get an autograph, this is it. I mean, he's going to come into town, and the guy's still on the national scene, and he ages like a fine wine, doesn't he?
I'm telling you, he does. And there are still a few ringside tickets available. I was talking to the great promoter earlier on the phone before we went on the air, and he told me just a very few amount of ringside seats are left. I'm telling you, fans, this thing is going to sell out. So you definitely want to go right now to PWFLive.com. That's PWFLive.com and pick up your tickets. Also, not only are we going to have some great wrestling action that night, but there's also going to be, the doors open at 5 o'clock, and you can come in and meet FTR and meet Jerry the King Lawler and Mick Foley and handsome Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, and of course Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. So I encourage you to get there early. I know the doors open at 5, but I'd get in line about 4 o'clock, because I'm telling you, fans, the line is going to be down out the door, and this thing is going to be like Coca-Cola. It's going to be all over, and I'm telling you, Chris, it's going to be a happening night. And I have just got word that yours truly is pulling double duty. Not only
here we go.
Not only have my team and I sent out a challenge to the coaches right there in at Comprehensive High School, but also I sent out a challenge to my main man. I'm talking about handsome Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. I sent out a challenge to him, and he definitely has accepted my challenge, and he's going to be with the Soul Patrol. And right now, I want to take you to this quick little message that JImmy Valiant and his cronies, the Soul Patrol, sent in to the BENGEBUSTER Show. All right, fans, I think there's a little technical difficulty with that video. We're going to give it one more shot. Here we go. Right here it is.
All right now. May 14th, York, South Carolina, York Comprehensive High School. The Soul Patrol is coming to town, but not only the Soul Patrol, we coming in with the street people, baby. We coming in with the Hall of Famer, the handsome Boogie Woogie Man, JImmy Valiant. Tell him,
oh, I said Boogie Woogie Man, feel good.
All right.
Hey, did I say something about 6-man tag? Hey, did I say something about 6? Hey, I love sex, baby. Hey, I got 6 old ladies. I got 6 eggs. Wonderful. Hey, you know what I ate for breakfast? 6 eggs over easy, baby. With 6 T-bones, baby. I got 6 Doberman pictures. 6. I love sex, baby. It's going to happen. Be there. Oh, yeah.
Man, can you believe the nerve of this man bringing the Soul Patrol to take on yours truly and my team? I'm telling you, Chris, it's going to be exciting.
Man, Tony, you're going to have your hands full Saturday. I mean, God, you got Big Papa Pump going to be there. FTR, I just saw him on AEW Dynamite just last night, right on national television. I mean, your fans, the Boogie Woogie Man's coming. George South is going to be there. Jerry the King Lawler. I mean, and Tony, you're doubling double duty. Boogie sounds like he's ready, man. He might have something up his sleeve, Tony. I think you and Boogie might end up being brawling throughout the crowd before it's over with Saturday night.
You know, and it won't be the first time that me and Handsome have locked horns. As everyone knows that's been listening to this podcast, I've been wrestling this August, Chris, will be 29 years that I have been a professional wrestler, and I never would have been able to do that had it not been for JImmy Valiant. It's just if he trained me and he taught me the ropes and everything. But as time went on, you know, we've been really good friends. But what made me mad, Chris, and I want the fans at home to understand this, because I'm sure a lot of people are like, well, if Boogie is such a good friend of Tony's, why does Tony want to challenge him? Well, I'll tell you why. Because Jimmy went on he went on his Facebook page a few weeks ago, and he was on there talking about, you know, hey, I'm coming to town and I'm going to be there, and I got me a team. Well, he didn't call me. You know, if Boogie is coming to South Carolina, he knows I'm going to be there. Why would he not want me to be part of his team? Instead, he picks, you know, the Soul Patrol, and everyone knows that you know, those guys are dirty, rotten scoundrels, and you know, especially Deion Johnson. Deion Johnson, let me tell you, if you go back and look at the math, okay, and you go back and look at history, who was it that was JImmy Valiant's best friend, turned on him, cut off his rat tail, and joined Paul Jones's army? It was Shaska Watley, correct?
You better believe it. Pistol Pez, Shaska Watley. You better believe it. And that feud, Tony, one of the longest feuds ever in all of professional wrestling.
And guess who was friends with Pistol Pez Watley? Deion Johnson. So that right there tells me that Boogie can't trust him, but instead he chose him over me. So therefore Boogie and his team of the Soul Patrol are going to have to face the wrath of the Saturday Night Superstar Tony Benge and my crew. We're coming there to take care of business, and finally
Deion might have something up his sleeve for Boogie. You never know.
Exactly. But we're going to finally, you know, buy your tickets, fans, because this will be the last time that you see JImmy Valiant wrestle in South Carolina. I assure you that. Now,
I love it.
Getting on to one more thing, one more match that we want to talk about is Coach Dean Boyd and the York, their coaches from the Comprehensive High School have they went on their Facebook page. You know, they're trying to be, you know, a one night wonder and try to make a name for themselves. Listen, boys, stick to what you do. Just be a coach. Let those high school kids run over you and tell you what to do like they do every week, because this Saturday night, JP Lehman, AJ Frost, and yours truly is going to come there, and it ain't going to be like it was last time, Chris. If any of these fans came and watched the last PWF show where JP and myself had to take on a couple other coaches, we were cheated. The people there that saw it was there live. They seen how those guys cheated. They choked us out. They didn't give us no Stone Cold Stunner like everybody says they did. No, they didn't. They choked us out, and that's how they won. And the referee cheated for them because the referee had a crush on the principal of the high school because he thought she was good looking just because she was walking around wearing Rock'n'Roll Express bandanas that she's had for 30 years. But now let's get back to another thing. Big time, PWF is coming to town, and they're bringing Scott Steiner, Mick Foley, FTR. Chris, I'm telling you, this is going to be the event of the year. Make sure you fans get your tickets for that. Now, Chris, another match I want to get your opinion on. George South and Golden Gladiator #2 are going to be taking on B&B and Jerry the King Lawler. What are your thoughts on that match?
Well, I mean, you know, it's going to be an interesting matchup. I mean, listen, you know, Jerry the King Lawler and George South, no love lost there by any means, and
right.
They definitely have a history. You know, it's going to be an interesting match. You know, George always has something up his sleeve. One way or another here. So, man, Tony, I think this could go either way. I mean, you know, I haven't seen Jerry wrestle in the ring in a long while. You know, let's be realistic. He's up there. He's in his early 70s, I would say. So, you know, it's going to be an interesting match. I mean, it's, you know, George is wrestling weekly out on the circuit. There's no doubt about it. Sometimes multiple times a week, but I think at the end of the day, I don't know, George might have maybe have signed up maybe just a little too much this go around is my opinion.
Yeah, I really think that you're right. Jerry Lawler has definitely bit off more than he can chew on this one. Now, I don't want to sell you guys short because I know the BNB former tag team champion. He's a big guy, and he went out and got, or actually Lawler went out and decided to choose him to be his partner. So a lot can happen there. I'm excited to see exactly what transpires in that match. I'm going to be ringside, watching it, from a distance just to kind of see what, of course, as everyone knows, I don't cheat. I don't do any dirty tactics. So I'm going to be there making sure that Jerry Lawler, because we all know how Jerry Lawler has in the past has been able to, shoot fire out of his, throw the fireballs, have the chains. So we know Jerry Lawler can get dirty too. So I'm gonna be out, I'm gonna be close by watching over my good friend George South and Golden Gladiator to make sure that those guys don't cheat them out of this particular event.
Yeah, it could go either way. You just never know with these guys. But I just did go. I was correct. Jerry Lawler is 72 years old. So,
wow. Yeah.
That's hey, tip my hat to him stepping into the ring at that age. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, but he's going to use. I mean, these guys have decades of ring knowledge and savvy, and I have a feeling some of that could come into play in this match.
Yeah, I do believe you're right, and I'm telling you, Chris. But not only those matches, but we also got the greatest tag team in the history right now, FTR, are coming back to the Carolinas. Everybody knows that both of those guys are Carolina boys. So coming back to South Carolina is no secret to them. As you know, just a few months ago, FTR was there in Spartanburg taking on the Rock and Roll Express. So definitely they're no stranger at all to tag team wrestling, and they're going to be taking on a great up-and-coming tag team. And right now, I want to go to a quick interview with Dax Harwood as he is talking about this weekend's coming up tag team match.
PWF officials asked myself and Cash Wednesday afternoon if we would produce them with an interview to promote the match for May 14th in York, South Carolina. And we said, hell yeah, man, we'll do it. So our plan was to go out on national television, TBS, Dynamite, and beat the hell out of each other, and then come to the back, clean up, put a fresh new shirt on, and then produce you with that interview. But as you can see here, we did beat the hell out of each other, and Cash took a couple of hard hits to the head, and on his list of things to do Wednesday night, talking wasn't one of them. So I decided I'd fly home, rest up one day, and give you that interview myself, okay? Marcus Cross and Griff Garrison, I got a lot of respect for both of you guys. You're the future of professional wrestling. And it's admirable for me that you guys love our business so much. But admiration goes out the door May 14th, okay? Right now, myself and Cash, 6-Star FTR, we are producing and we're writing our own legacy. And May 14th, that road to our legacy goes through you. This isn't just some independent booking for me, okay? This is serious business. The legacy we leave on professional wrestling is the legacy that we leave on professional wrestling. And right now, at the top of my list, at the top of my agenda, that is the most important thing to me, okay? I got a lot of respect for both of you guys. You are I'll say it, and it is cliche to say, but you are the future of professional wrestling, both of you. And you're both good-looking kids, but I know deep down underneath that exterior, you're also some badass boys, too. And you like to fight. Griff, you're a Carolina boy, so it comes naturally, okay? May 14th will be a fight. And I think it's cool that you guys have wrestled Rock and Roll Express. Thumbs up, A+. I think it's cool that you guys have wrestled Matt Hardy. But May 14th, this ain't some nostalgia act, okay? This is the absolute best tag team walking the planet right now. Nobody better, bar none. That's FTR. and you're going in the ring with us. We're not taking it easy on you, and I hope you ain't taking it easy on us. And now to up the ante, to sweeten the pot, we got the manager, Mick Foley. And I know it's easy to look at the latter part of Mick Foley's career and say, oh, he's a lovable guy, okay? He's a lovable figure of professional wrestling. But if you dig down deep and find the stuff that Mick Foley was doing before the WWE, you'll understand he's a sadistic son of a bitch. Okay? And that's what we need in our corner. May 14th, we're not bad guys, okay? But we got to ask ourselves, what would bad men do? May 14th, York, I'm going to ask Mick Foley, what would a bad man do? And then we'll take it out on you. Top guy, out.
Man, Chris, I'm telling you, it is building for this one.
Man, those are some harsh words. They are. I mean, FTR looks laser focused here. I mean, man, like I said, I just saw them on AEW Dynamite last night. I believe they're both wrestling an individual competition, and man, they're going to be in York, South Carolina in 48 hours. Man, it's going to be on fire. It's a loaded card from top to bottom.
I'm telling you, and not only that, but we also got PWF Heavyweight Champion Mike Mon defending the title against Impact Star Suicide. Chris, I know that you have saw the Impact Star Suicide. He's been around for a long time. I believe this match is going to be one for the ages.
Man, the title is on the line, Tony. I'm telling you, this one can go either way. I mean, it can go retaining the title, losing the title. This thing could end up out double D. You know, I think this can go either way. And I have a gut feeling this is not going to be just a one and done kind of match here. I think something's building here, you know, with this title on the line. And boy, you know, this one's going to be a brawl. And like I said, the fans are in for a treat Saturday night.
Yeah. And then from there, we're looking at the PWF Tag Team title picture as the real high-flying team of All Worm, No Soul defend their newly won tag team titles against Derek Driver and Myrick Moore. That is going to be one heck of a tag match. I am definitely looking forward to that one. And another match that was just signed that I'm looking forward to, John Schuyler taking on Jake Jacobs. Chris, I know you and I have been to several shows. Just a few years ago, you and I went to a TNA show there in Charlotte, and John Schuyler was there. And man, he definitely won the crowd over that night. But I think this Saturday, Jake Jacobs is definitely going to have the work cut out for him.
Man, oh, God, you better believe they are. I mean, I can't believe it, Tony. This is a loaded show. The tag team titles are on the line. The World Heavyweight Championship's on the line. I mean, they got about 10 matches on this show. And, I mean, for dollar, and for the level of talent that is going to be there from top to bottom, guys on national television on Monday night, on Wednesday night, on Friday Night Wrestling. I mean, man, you can't get no closer to these guys as far as pictures, autographs, and just being that close to the ring. There's not going to be a bad seat in the house.
Yeah, definitely not going to be a bad seat, and I am really looking forward to this event. Now, I know earlier in the show we were talking about a tag match with Jerry the King Lawler and B&B taking on Legend Killer Golden Gladiator number 2 and George South, and I was able to catch up with them just a few days ago, and this is what they had to say about this match with Jerry the King Lawler.
You know something, wrestling fans? It's been talked about all over the world, Mr. Golden Gladiator.
All over the internet.
All over the internet, talking about Jerry the King Lawler. Yeah, the Memphis King. But listen to me, Jerry Lawler, you know who I am, buddy. We just fought up and down the aisles in Spartanburg at the famous Memorial Auditorium. And see, but this time we're not
going in your backyard. You're coming to us. Jerry the King Lawler, this right here is my good friend, the Golden Gladiator. We're coming after you, York High School, Golden Gladiator. He's got a friend.
A friend, that moonshine idiot, May 14th. Jerry Lawler, you may be the king. You may be the AWA world champion, USWA world. You just name, he's won all those belts. But you know what? This is Mr. Number One.
That's right.
And I'm the legend killer. And rumor has it is you're a legend. So I'm coming to take you out and that BNB, the big old nasty, the moonshine idiot.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Chris, they're fired up. I think everyone's fired up for this event. And I know the fans there in South Carolina are fired up, especially when I get word from the great promoter there letting me know that, hey, Tony, tonight when you do your podcast, please let the fans know there's very few ringside seats left. So that right there tells you just how big this event's going to be.
Absolutely. If you want ringside seats, you want to be up close in the first few rows, get your tickets now. Like I said, Tony, there may not be no tickets at the window the day of the show. You just never know. You're taking a risk. But if you get in the building, you're going to get a night of entertainment. It'll be the best dollars you ever spend. And you're supporting money going to a good charity as well and at York Comprehensive High School. And it'll be a great opportunity for everyone. And, man, if you don't get closer to these guys, you'll never get any closer to these guys than this Saturday night.
Yeah, definitely. So it's going to be an event for the ages, and I'm excited to be part of it. Not only part of it, but two matches. I got my chance there to prove to the promoters that not only am I a great competitor, that been in this wrestling business for a long time, but I am assembling a group to come after all the titles. I'm talking about the heavyweight title. I'm talking about the tag team titles, and I have just got word that they are going to be putting out a new championship. They're going to crown a new champion. The Patriotic Championship is going to be decided right here this Saturday. Right there in York, South Carolina. Chris, I'm telling you, it is going to be a show for the ages, and not very often do we do a podcast. Normally, our podcast, we're talking about old wrestling events and some of our greatest moments. But this show is so big that we had to do a complete podcast on just this event, because this event is so big. It is definitely going to be the show or the event that you don't want to miss. So what you want to do right now, fans, is go to PWFLive.com and pick up your tickets. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring your neighbors, bring your exes. Who cares? Bring them all, because it is going to be an awesome, awesome event.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great event. And, I'm glad it's right outside right outside of Charlotte, not that far away, just over the border in South Carolina. And what a rich history of wrestling in that area as well over the decades. And I know they're going to put on a first-class show there this Saturday night.
Yeah, I can't wait. And it is going to be, something else to see. And like I was talking about, they are crowning a brand new champion for the Patriotic Championship. And right now I want to go to Stuart Snodgrass, as he is one of the competitors in the final match to crown a new champion. And let's hear what he has to say right now.
Listen up, Buttercups. I have a chance to make history this Saturday night for the Patriotic Wrestling Federation in York, South Carolina, as I will be fighting for the brand spanking new Patriotic Wrestling title. And my opponent for that evening will be none other than the Great Wolverine Crucifix. Oh yes, this will be one tough opponent. Let me tell you something, Mr. Fix. I respect the Greeks. They gave us the Olympics and democracy, and they're the world's leading third leading producer of olives. Isn't that amazing? Yes. I'm sure you already knew that because you're probably a Greek patriot. Well, I'm a patriot of these good old United States because we have rock and roll and NASA and apple pie and craft beer. Oh, yes, we do. And there's nobody that deserves that patriotic title more than me. I bleed red, white, and blue. The doctor says it might be an infection, but that's not important right now. What's important is that all of you know that according to my calculations, there is only one man who will be making history and becoming the very first patriotic wrestling champion. And that just so happens to be... Carry the one. Me, your boy, Stuart Snodgrass.
Man, Chris, Stuart is fired up. He's ready to become the patriotic champion.
He's ready, man. If there's anyone ready more than anyone, it's that man right there. And boy, I want to be in the ring with him. He's ready to go.
I'm telling you, it's exciting. And like I said, fans, make sure you go to pwflive.com right now and secure your tickets because it is going to be one for the ages. And before we wrap up this week's podcast, I've got one more quick little interview with the man of the hour, the Hall of Famer himself. I'm talking about Three Faces of Foley, Cactus Jack, Mankind, Mick Foley, and he has this to say about this week's big event in York, South Carolina.
Hello, York, South Carolina. It's the hardcore legend Mick Foley urging you to go over to PWFLive.com, pick up tickets to the May 14th event at York Comprehensive High School. I got it. Not only will I be signing autographs there, but for the first time ever, I will be managing the FTR, the best tag team in the world, Cash and Dash. And now they got me on their side. I'll see you in York, South Carolina. Yeah!
Mick is ready, Chris.
He's ready, man. He's ready to go, Tony. It's going to be on.
Everybody's ready.
You got so many stars on this show, Tony. I mean, it is on. I mean, I don't know how you could top a card like this.
I'm telling you. I mean, the PWF promoters have went into their pockets and they have paid and put this event together for the great fans in York, South Carolina, but not only for the great fans, but like you said earlier, Chris, a really great cause for the York Comprehensive High School fundraiser. So everybody is going to benefit from this show, Chris. Think about
everyone.
The community of York Comprehensive High School are going to be benefiting from ticket sales. Us professional wrestlers are going to benefit because we're going to get to come out there, do what we do best in front of York, South Carolina. The FTR is going to come out there and do what they do best, which is put on a wrestling clinic, and I cannot wait for that. Jerry the King Lawler and B&B are going to come out there and face Mr. Number One George South. The coaches are going to face us, and most importantly, the best things will happen that night is we are going to retire Handsome Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, crown new champions, tag team. I mean, Chris, it's like Christmas and New Year's and Easter and birthdays all wrapped up in one, taking place right there this Saturday night. Comprehensive High School, York, South Carolina. The event is going to be huge. The address there is 275 East Alexander Love Highway, York, South Carolina. Doors open at 5 p.m. Bell time is 7:30. And, of course, card is always subject to change. But go to pwflive.com right now and secure your seats to the greatest, one of the biggest events coming to the great state of South Carolina, and that's happening this Saturday night, May 14th, York Comprehensive High School. Chris, man, are you pumped up or what?
Man, Tony, I am pumped up. It is going to be a great night of wrestling. Fans, get out there early, like you said. It is going to be a line. Bring the family. Bring the dog if you have to. Get down to York Comprehensive High School. Get the tickets online, pwf.com. You can find them online. Great website. And, you're supporting a good cause. The fans are going to be entertained with a great show. And I know all the wrestlers, no matter what side of the locker room they're coming out on, are going to be ready this Saturday night.
I'm telling you, it's going to be great. Now, fans, I'm going to take a quick little break, and when I come back, Chris and I are going to wrap up this great podcast. But in the meantime, go to pwflive.com and get your tickets for this great event.
If you've enjoyed this episode, share it with your friends.
All right, fans, we are back, and Chris, we have spent the majority of our podcast talking about PWF, Patriotic Wrestling Federation's huge event, Saturday, May 14th, and at Comprehensive High School in York, South Carolina. Now, Chris, before we go off the air, we can't do a podcast without talking rock and roll. So what kind of rock and roll stories do you have for us? Concert updates? Hit us with it, Chris.
Man, Tony, there is so much going on the scene right now. It is unbelievable. But I mean, PNC Music Theater is opening up. We're recording tonight. Tim McGraw's in town.
Right.
I mean, he's in town tonight, and a lot of local shows this weekend. And Dave Matthews' band is in town next Friday night, and all the big acts are coming now, and the stadium tours and the outdoor amphitheaters, and the list is going to go on and on and on. And I'm so excited over the next several months. The national tours are going, and hey, people are going out and spending their money and wanting to see some of these acts. And maybe for some of them, maybe the last time they'll ever be on tour.
Yeah, I know. And I know you and I have talked about this for 2 years. Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison, Joan Jett coming to Panther Stadium in just a few short weeks. And I know on Nikki Sixx's Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, he's been teasing us a little bit, letting us know that the crew has been in the studio rehearsing, getting ready. Def Leppard's put out a new album. I mean, Chris, this stadium show is going to be just as big as this event here at Patriotic Wrestling Federation this Saturday night in York, South Carolina.
Absolutely, man. And the stadium tour is coming here. It's kicking off. I want to say around June 18th, or 16th or 18th. They will be here in Charlotte on June 28th. It's the fourth or fifth stop on the tour, and looking forward to it, man. It's going to be a great night here for a Tuesday in Charlotte, and there's other stadium tours that are coming through as well, and both on the country side, the rock and roll side, a little bit of everything. I think Garth Brooks is coming a couple of nights, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Elton John, and the list goes on and on, man. They're all hitting the road. Everyone's hitting the road, and whether you like stadiums or mid-sized venue or even small intimate venues, as long as you're there, you're a part of the show.
Yeah, and I can't wait. Even good old Bo Cephas, Hank Williams Jr. Is going to be coming around. So I'm going to try to make that one. A lot of our fans, that follows me and Chris. You guys know the kind of music we like. And if you know me very well, you know my favorite country artist is Hank Williams Jr. and my favorite rock and roll is Motley Crue.
When he gets up there,
he really does, Chris. I mean, I went and saw Hank Jr. A couple of years ago before COVID hit with Leonard Skinner, and man, I'm telling you, for him to be touring as long as he has, you close your eyes, you think it's 1984, and he's still rocking out all the classics, and that matter of fact, he's putting out a new album too. That's going to be coming out very shortly. So I'm telling you, Chris, right now we're living in a time where it's great to be a wrestling fan. It's great to be a music fan, and the Binge Buster Show brings you all that into one great podcast each week.
Absolutely, man. We try to tie it all in together, even some current news and events that are happening. Professional wrestling, music, no matter what the genre may be, and it seems to all come together each week. And if you don't walk away with something you may not learned, at each and every podcast. You may not be listening 100%, but we thank all the fans for tuning in and listening, and for with us each week. And hey, send us your feedback. Send us any recommendations and comments and things you also may want to hear on the air, and we'll try to tackle it week to week.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And also, fans, I can't promise this, but I am going to try to go live with the Binge Buster Show on our Facebook page this Saturday night, and maybe get a live broadcast with and who knows who I might get to come on and say hi to the fans. It could be Mick Foley, could be FTR, could be Jerry Lawler, could be JImmy Valiant, could be all of them. But I promise you, at some point, as long as the internet works great there in that building, I am going to do a live feed from the Binge Buster Show. So if you listeners out there have not went and liked our Facebook page, I highly recommend going and liking the Binge Buster Show on our Facebook page. I will put a link on the description of this podcast. So if you haven't liked the page yet, you can, and you'll be able to tune in. And who knows, maybe I might throw in a match or two live on the feed this Saturday night. But make sure you like our Facebook page for all those updates. Chris, what a great show, man!
Man, what a great show tonight, Tony. We very entertaining. I'm excited about the show this Saturday night in York, South Carolina, and just so much going on in the pro wrestling scene. Like I said at the beginning, at both the national level and down to the independent level, and every level in between. And it's a great time to be a pro wrestling fan. Temperatures are warming up, days are longer at night, and summer's right around the corner. I'm
telling you, it's exciting, and so fans, just make sure. You go when you get done listening to this podcast, or while you're listening to it, take your smartphones, take your computers, but go to pwflive.com, pwflive.com, get your tickets for this Saturday night's show. And also on there, you'll be able to see any upcoming shows that the PWF is putting together. And I'm telling you, if you think this show's big, I'm telling you, every event that the PWF put on, it just gets bigger and bigger. It's kind of like when a guy goes and you know what I'm saying, Chris? He takes that little blue pill, things grow, and I'm telling you, the PWF is growing just as fast. So just make sure that you also go like their Facebook page too, with all the updates of all their upcoming shows. Well, Chris, do you have anything else? If not, man, I'm gonna close this podcast and go shine it.
Man. I just want to thank all the fans for listening each week and being loyal to us and listening, downloading, and just keeping the loop with us every week. And Tony, I know you got another day or so to do some last minute training for your two big matches. I think you're going to have something up your sleeve for both the coaches in York, South Carolina, and you and JImmy Valiant before. So you guys might be in the parking lot.
Man, I'm telling you.
Out afterwards,
telling you,
maybe halfway back to Charlotte.
It might turn into one of those New York City street fights that Boogie used to make famous back in the 80s. But I'm telling you, fans, it's going to be a night of the ages this Saturday night, May 14th, York Comprehensive High School, 275 East Alexander Love Highway in York, South Carolina. Doors open at 5, bell time 7:30. Make sure you get your tickets at pwflive.com. And incidentally, I was just told that if you buy these tickets prior to the event, there is actually a discount that is available for you right now at pwflive.com. So log in and take advantage of that. And Chris, man, if you're not busy Saturday night, man, I got an empty seat in my car. We'll shoot down to York, South Carolina. I'll beat up JImmy Valiant. I'll beat up some teachers. I'll shower, and then you and I get back in the car. We'll go back down to the Queen City, and we'll party all night long.
Okay, we'll see what I can possibly do here, and we can go from there. But we'll see what this Saturday's looking like, and we'll see if we can make that possibly happen.
All right, sounds good, Chris. Well, I will see you soon, and fans, we will see you next week on the Binge Buster Show. And if you listen to my show and you see me at the event Saturday, May 14th, come up and say hi. And man, I look forward to seeing all the great fans there in York, South Carolina for PWF. This is Tony Binge and Chris Plano for the Binge Buster Show. We will see you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Binge Buster Show. Make sure you like us on Facebook and download us on your favorite podcast platform.